schools have registered to participate and are up for a screening exercise slated for Tuesday, 16th November 2021 at the Oluwaseun Akinola Stadium by 10 a.m. 16th November 2021 at the Oluwaseun Akinola Stadium. The time for this screening is 10 a.m. Only students who are 14 years or below are eligible to contest. You need to understand that only 14 years or below students are eligible to contest. Students who have represented the state at any level in any competition will not be allowed to compete, age notwithstanding. So that is also a caveat that all the participants should understand. If you have represented the state at any level in any competition, you would not be allowed to participate at this level. The cleared athletes will converge at the University of Ibadan Sports Complex come Thursday, 18th November, for the main event. And there will be provision of transportation to and from the university gate to the venue. The fourth Lagelu Inter-Secondary Schools relay race is a collaborative effort of the Federal Ministry of Youth and Sports, Oyo State Ministry of Youth and Sports, Oyo State Ministry of Education, and Athletic Federation of Nigeria. So it's going to be a grand event. You will love to participate, and you also see how we discover talents at this competition. Tunde Olawuwo will be able to even shed more light there if you have some information here. So Tunde is here. Tunde, good evening.
Hello, Sean. Good evening. Thank you for having me today.
Yeah, good to have you. Michael Olatunbosun, thank you for coming.
Yeah, good evening to you, and it's good to be here again.
Before I dash you, Olawu.
Well,
you want a heavy well. Okay. You see him after the service. All right, so this relay race, any more information for participating schools?
Okay, in addition to what you said, because basically you've given out the important information, is that the screening exercise will start by 10 o'clock on Tuesday, 16th November 2021 at the Oluwaseun Akinola Stadium. The one you knew formerly as Liberty Stadium.
Yes.
So we're not going to be running by African time. It is going to be, the integrity time that we use, meaning that 10 is 10 and is part of, the parameters we'll be using for the screening exercise. So please, we enjoin all of them to come in as early as possible, and we guarantee that it's not going to, take too much time. The committee the committee is already been made up. And the interesting thing is that because we know from experience, some guild masters who come out after it to say, my student was unfairly screened out. This time around, we have also introduced 1, 2, 3 outsiders to observe this. So it's not just going to be officials of ministries that you say, these people, they don't like my face. That's why they've screened out my athletes. We're getting some external bodies to observe, not just observe, to participate in the screening exercise as well. So for them, they should come with the birth certificate or its equivalent, whether it's a feed of it or any other thing that could, prove that indeed you are 14 years or below. We also like, if possible, the school to come with, I think it's called the nominal lists, that shows when they registered as students, their gender, their age. And what we're trying to do basically is to ensure that we have a clean event, we have a clean race, that if you say you are 12, indeed you are 12, and you are not 15.
So you are not like 12. Football age?
Yes, or athletic age.
Okay.
This time,
so there's no athletic age?
Your age is your... we have radio age. This is...
okay.
Okay, I'm getting to learn. Do you think? I don't know.
What do you mean you're getting to learn? Don't tell me you don't have a radio age.
I don't have. Okay,
Michael does.
No, I don't.
I do not have. So there's no athletic age. Your age is your age, and we want to ensure that we have a fair competition. Also, it's important for us to let our people know that no drugs, please. Now, somebody will say it's just secondary school relay race.
I would guess so.
From experience, we've seen it.
Is there a way we're going to know if they were, induced by drugs?
On the day,
Yes.
that's 18th.
Yes.
Well, there are ways.
Okay.
There are ways. I don't want to, let
I
them
don't
out.
say it.
I just want to know if there are ways that we will get to know.
There are,
Yeah.
All right,
there
so
are
that's what
ways.
I just wanted to know.
There are ways
Yeah,
that
all right, so-
have been, put in
So
place.
they should be on the notice that if you do drugs, there are ways to find you out.
And remember, this is a radio station.
Yeah.
So we're going to announce you to the whole world.
Yeah.
okay.
I'm
so-
sure you don't want that kind of
So you'll
publicity
be
for
so you'll be
yourself.
careful. All right.
So please prepare well, come clean, and let's race well that day.
Thank you. All right, so on the program today, the winner of the Anambra gubernatorial election has emerged. The 61-year-old former governor of the CBN, Chukwuma Soludo, polled 112,229 votes, beating Valentine Ozigbo of the People's Democratic Party, who polled 53,807 votes, and Andy Uba of the All Progressives Congress, who got 43,285 votes. Ifeanyi Uba of the Young Progressive Party polled 21,261 votes, and he came fourth. The ADC Guba candidate in the Anambra election said he voted for Soludo because he knew he had no chance. Now let's examine the trend of voter apathy in Nigeria using this particular election, and we want to know what are the implications of these for representative democracy in Nigeria. That's the first issue, and I want us to quickly deal with it as we move on the program right away. So, gentlemen, let's kick off from here. I'll unveil the other issues as we move on, but let's kick off from this point. This election had come and gone. It had a lot of euphoria around it before it came on. At the end of the day, the APC candidate got 18.58% of the vote. Yaga said he got 19.1%. That's watching the vote. APGA candidate got 45.39% of the vote, but watching the vote said he got 44.6% of the vote. The PDP candidate got 22.41% of the vote, while he got 21.7% according to watching the vote. And the YPP got 9.13% of the vote, while for Yaga it was 8.9% of the vote. Now, these are very close analyses of the results. I mean, 22.4, 21.7, very close. Less than, it's within the range of the error margin that you can also, that's acceptable in the sense. But there are issues that I want to raise. First, I want to raise an issue about these direct primaries. I was looking at the figures, and maybe if I just drop the figures quickly, and then we can look at them together. I was looking at the figures for the APC candidate. The APC candidate, while they were having their primaries, he got over 203,000 votes at the APC primaries. But at the election, he got less than 60,000 votes. So I'm wondering, is this primaries not a sham? If you flash your mind back to the 2019 election, you can also follow the trajectory of what happened at that time. Maybe I just bring out Kano as an example for me. In the APC primary election of October 2018, President Buhari, then APC presidential aspirant, secured 2,931,235 votes across the 484 wards in the 44 local government areas of Kano State. According to a statement by Abba Anwar, the chief press secretary to Abdullahi Ganduje, governor of the state, come February 2019, he got 1,464,768 votes, less than 50% of the votes he polled in the primary election of his party. And so, I'm looking at the issue around the primary elections and the real election itself, the disparity in those figures on the one hand. On the other hand, is Anambra has more than 2 million eligible voters. But the entire people that voted in that election want to crunch those data. So, Michael, let me start from you. Make a sense of this data for me.
Okay, so you started by talking about primary elections.
Yes.
Primary elections are basically, mini elections conducted by political parties to allow members of their parties to choose candidates that will, fly the flag of their parties in general elections. Just like you said, I'm pretty sure that there's no political party that has more members than, the generality of Nigerians. And so those figures are just a mockery of electioneering process in Nigeria and party politics, if you like. So you have in Anambra State, you talked about our man Andy Uba, who during the primary election of the APC to choose him, or that chose him to be the candidate of APC in the governorship election, over 203,000 votes.
Yes.
But in the election proper, I thought that the members of APC in Anambra State would just be some people in the state. And when you come to the election, you have everybody in the state. I thought that means that even there are people who are apolitical who will vote for somebody, right? People who will be distant sympathizers, right? Who will vote for that person. So does it mean that, number one, those who voted for him during the primary, outright APC members, does it mean that they didn't come out during the general election? Or does it mean that the figures were just concocted somewhere to give us a semblance of election done and results announced? That's the one big question for me. And it's always the question. You made reference to President Buhari. When he was candidate in 2018, October, when they did primary election, when all the states, had figures thrown up. Over 16 million people, we were told, as announced by the APC, endorsed or voted for the candidate Buhari to run for second term.
Yeah.
But in the election proper, it didn't even have up to 16 million. I thought that there were people who were not card-carrying members of any political party who would also want a candidate to win an election. So it's always sham.
Okay.
That's just my own interpretation of it. I think we're just joking with figures, really.
So, hold that. And I want you to also make reference to this and intervene. I'll come to you, to the advert now quickly. Today, what we're discussing is, look, Andy Uba secured 230,000 votes in the APC primary, but got 43,000 in the election. Cable News said, what changed? That's a question that Cable News asked. What really changed?
Okay.
And then, how credible is this party primaries, particularly these direct party primaries, that the National Assembly is also clamoring for?
At the risk of sounding cynical here, maybe a lot changed. For instance, between when there are the primaries and the general elections, maybe the security situation had deteriorated to the extent that a lot more people who participated in the primaries didn't show up for the general elections. That's one. Maybe some people, some APC members who voted for Andy Uba in the primaries, somehow decamped before the election.
Decamped.
And then they voted the candidate of...
Look at the figure.
But the point is...
Examine the figures.
But that will fall flat because even the candidate of Abga who eventually won didn't have up to 200,000
No,
votes.
it didn't.
So I think the only tenable reason would be that a lot of people who participated in the primaries, who voted, did not show up on election day. But I think, to be realistic, I'll go with Michael's point of view that the kind of figures that we throw up these days, some of them are just so unbelievable. That they're just incredible. But putting all of that aside, as a person, I will tell you that I am super excited about the result of that election.
Okay.
I have openly celebrated it.
You will tell
on my page.
You will tell me what excitement you got. I am not. I'm not because of the because of the apathy I saw in those figures. I was wondering, pushing Michael about the figures. What do we have? Over 2 million people in that election who are eligible to vote. But the winner of that election got 112,000 plus votes.
But he also got 19 out of the 21 local governments.
It shows how popular he is.
Yes.
Yes.
And it reflected the fact that majority of the people who turned out to vote,
who came out to vote, wanted him. All right, so we will come back to that after this timeout. We are live on Facebook. You can join us and drop your own comment. We are live on Facebook, Splash FM Facebook page. You can join us there and drop your comment. Stay with us. Don't go away.
Anytime you feel cold and out, take Procold. Procold now better melody. Take Procold for effective relief from cold and out. Everywhere you go, take Procold.
Make no Akamisu Procold get paracetamol and phenylephrine for effective relief from cold and catarrh within 20 minutes. Now, Orange Drugs Limited distributor. If symptoms never stop after 3 days, make you waka go see your doctor. Procold, now better medicine.
Take Procold. Take Procold. Procold. Take Procold.
Chai, I wish I don't reach house by now. I for don't spoil myself with better drama series or they watch comedy shows with this sweet belly. In fact, I fit even dey chill with better action movie. And my pikin dey fit enjoy cartoon.
No matter where you reach out, so better entertainment standard gidigba for you on top Go TV. Local or foreign drama, reality shows, sports, action films with ogbonge cartoons. Everything full ground for your enjoyment. Just go buy your Go TV decoder where they come with 1 month Go TV Max subscription for 9,500 naira to enjoy all your favorite shows plus entertainment. Go TV. Love it.
To all the children of the world, standing tall and trying to grow, you can have it when it's warm, and then sing this song. I love my Indomie, Indomie, Indomie. Yes, I love my Indomie.
Indomie noodles, tasty nutrition, good for you.
Yes, children love Indomie.
It's here again. Big and better. The Splash FM, Lagelu FM Santa Claus Christmas Fun Fair. Parents, schools, guardians, it's time to have fun again with your children as Splash FM, Lagelu FM welcomes Santa Claus all the way from Rome.
Merry Christmas.
Starting from Wednesday, December 1st to 24th December 2021 at the Pass Shopping Mall, Ring Road, Ibadan. Children and parents will be having great fun with the OAPs of their choice, celebrities, and music artists. There will be face painting, bouncy castles, train ride, dancing competition, and Kiva's beauty parade. Just for a token, schools and organization will be given 20% discount. Don't miss this fun. For further inquiry, please call 0805 699 8703. 0805 699 8703. Splash FM, Lagelu FM Santa Claus Christmas Fun Fair. Family time to have great fun.
There are so many things you've got to worry about, but there are certain things that shouldn't cross your mind, like being stranded on a weekend because you don't have access to cash. Introducing a convenient, easy-to-use, and safe way for you to do all your financial transactions. Now you can send and receive money, deposit and withdraw, pay for airtime and data, or pay your electricity, water, or cable TV bills with TouchPoint by Total Energies. TouchPoint, your one-stop shop. Just walk into any Total Energies filling station near you to enjoy.
Ìmọ̀lẹ̀ dé òkùnkùn parada. Ojú lọ bára Aba capsule. Ojú ni ìmọ̀lẹ̀ ara. Èdùmàrè má gbòde ọ̀sán lọ́wọ́ wa. Àkànṣe gbòógì tá a fi mọ̀ ìjìnlẹ̀ ṣe fún ìtọ́jú ìmọ̀lẹ̀ tí ò mọ̀lẹ̀ kedere. Tàbí tó ń wò báyìí. Ojú lọ bára Aba capsule. Egbògi oníkóró ni NAFDAC ìlú ló ń tẹ̀ gbà. authentic clear vision ló ṣe é. Ó wà ní chemist àti pharmacy stores lágbègbè rẹ̀. Ẹ tún lè ríra lọ́fíìsì authentic clear vision tó wà business complex lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ Amidu Ajibade shopping complex gate Ìbàdàn. Àǹfààní ńlá wà fún alágbàtà tó ń kó ní pálípálí. Ẹ pè 08061959663. Ojúlọ bára herbal capsule tí o bá sí àyípadà bó o ṣe fẹ́ tètè lọ rí dókítà rẹ o.
Ojúlọ bára herbal capsule ilé iṣẹ́ authentic clear vision ló gbé jáde.
Niger Kings, get ready as Bud brings in Premier League's John Terry, La Liga's Roberto Carlos, and MPFL players for an epic face-off on the field in the first ever Game of Kings football match.
In this battle of the greats, you have a chance to manage either John Terry
or the Roberto Carlos team as they play alongside Nigerian players.
Simply grab a Bud, get your participation code under the crown cork and text code to 7827 or visit our website to apply as manager and for a VIP invite to watch the match live. Terms and conditions apply. Be a king.
Niger, it's on.
My guy, is this the latest phone?
Yes, now. I bought it last week.
Chai, can I see it?
Sure, but be cool. Handle with care.
No worries.
Yeah, my new phone.
Calm down. That's not a big deal. It's Jumia Black Friday, and this is a big deal.
Get involved in our biggest sale of the year from the 5th to the 30th of November. Enjoy big deals up to 50% off on tech and electronics, fashion, health and beauty, groceries, and many more. Visit the Jumia site or download the app to shop all deals. Jumia. Every day is Black Friday.
This oil be good though. Devon King's oil. This oil be fine. Devon King's oil. And it's fun.
Devon King's cooking oil. Now Obonga quality oil. We fresh well. And the price now carry go. It gets tamper proof and it dey for different sizes. So as it dey sweet your belly, it dey sweet your pocket. Oh yeah, jolly inside better. Go buy Devon King's oil for shop when near you.
Hey ladies, don't you just hate it when people with beautiful even-toned skin refuse to tell you their secrets? They tell you all they do is drink water and mind their business. Those that finally tell you, give you a 50-step routine. I'm not saying those things don't work, but haba. Thankfully, I found the secret to maintaining glowing, even-toned skin. Lux Even Complexion combines active face ingredients with carrot oil and exfoliating beads to give your skin that beautiful glow. Lux Even Complexion for glowing, fragrant skin. Now available in stores near you.
Oga John, how you think buy all these things? Cut soap for me now. Now, Mr. Bojo, our corporate neighbor, call me say, why are they carry cash up and down? He say, AXA Mansard Money Market Fund, they give confirmed returns where I go fit use cash out wella. So, if I can't put my money inside now, and I won't use my money later, hope say they no go, they tell me stories though. AXA Mansard, now trusted international company, where they over 50 countries, their style now, transact, earn, and go. Sharp. You don't withdraw your money, and you go still earn. Oh, no, Oga John. Now you. Now, AXA Mansard Investment, Jari.
With AXA Mansard Investments, you don't have to give up your convenience for earnings. You can have it all. Visit www.axamansard.com/investments or dial *987*2# to get.
Dem no dey tanda one place dey wait for life o. You go sharply waka go meet am. No be how many chance wey you get na im matter o. Na wetin you take am do na be the koko. As day dey break dey go, cup after cup. With better smell wey dey tinkolo body. And omyomyo taste of Nescafe 3-in-1. Your day don't start gidigba be that o. E con still finish gidigba. Nescafe don't land now for sachet for shinkily 70 naira. With Nescafe, everything don't start be that o.
Splash FM 105.5.
Thank you for being there. We're back right now. As I said, we are on live Facebook, and you can be part of the conversation. Join us on the live Facebook page of Splash FM, and we will be willing to read your comments. We'll also be asking you to call us and to tell us your opinion about these direct primaries, if indeed, truly, it is representing the truth of how people chose the candidate of a party. Now, let's get to the process of the election. Based on verified reports from Yaga's observers, 21% of polling units failed to open by 12 noon, and these incidents are mostly concentrated in Anambra South Central District, 23.5%, Anambra Central, 17%, Anambra North Central District, 13%. INEC claimed that he used the primordial system to verify those who participated in that election. So let's look at it from where you stood, Tunde. You said you have celebrated this election. In what manner?
Okay, firstly, it must be said that this election was not by any means a perfect election. You know, there are so many, including for the governor-elect. I mean, he stood there for hours. He couldn't vote. There are so many challenges around the election. But I have celebrated the outcome of that election because, as a person, I believe strongly that we need first-class brains, you know, in governance in Nigeria. I think that one of the major issues that we are dealing with as a nation, and even at subnational levels, is that some of those who govern us don't even understand what it means. His intellect is never in doubt. Also, we should not forget that before he became the governor of Central Bank of Nigeria, he was already the chief economic advisor to the then president, where he led the team that developed, this needs, initiative, national economic empowerment development strategy or something like that. I have also taken my time again to go through that document. It was perhaps the most important economic document under, former President Obasanjo at that time. This was somebody who, led the team. And as CBN governor, we saw the things he did. Fine. Some will argue that this is different because, as CBN governor, you are mainly dictating, you're making policies. Directives. But now you're going to have to combine governance with politics. You can't just dictate as a state governor because you have the House of Assembly to manage, you have the traditional rulers, religious rulers, so many stakeholders to manage. But I believe between 2009, when he first showed interest in becoming governor, and 2021, that's a period of 12 years.
He must have learned.
He must have learned a whole lot. He must have learned a whole lot. And I think, a lot of credit should go to the people of Anambra because they've shown that they have the capacity to elect, very sound people. Don't forget, Chief Ezeife. I think he's a PhD holder. Chris Ngige. I mean, whatever we think of him, he's a doctor.
He's a doctor. Very sound person.
Peter Obi as well. A very accomplished businessman. Even the outgoing governor now is a retired banker. Well, some would argue that maybe he dropped the level of governance. Now you have a Chasuludo, a world-class economist who is going to bring his world of experience, and he's 61, so he's not such a young man. He has the intellect, he has experience, everything to come true for him. That's why I also believe that maybe the former CBN governor, Sanusi Lamido Sanusi, should have contested to be governor of Kano. Because if you look at the things he said that put him into trouble against the established order, there were things that he could have done as a state governor. Exactly. He was talking about, girl child education. He was talking about
shrinking, the cost of governance.
Even to reform the Almajiri system. And all of that. Those are things that as a state governor you can help effect. But as a traditional ruler, when you openly speak about it, I mean, you've heard the things that Governor Ganduje has said that, look, he did not show decorum. By coming out to say this thing. So we need many more like this in governance.
Now, Michael, you have just few minutes, won't be 1 or 2 minutes to say your point about it. But I want to look at what INEC said. INEC met today, and then they said that INEC used the BVAS, bimodal accreditation of voters, using both the fingerprint and facial authentication. Secondly, it snaps the polling unit level results sheets and upload them in real time to the INEC result viewing IREP portal. this aspect of the BVAS functionality performed optimally, such that by the early hours of Sunday morning, results from 4,987 out of 5,634 polling units have been uploaded for public view. In other words, we wouldn't have to wait, for these people to bring the
travel
results,
navigate terrains, and the rest of it.
So how do you rate INEC here? Because they by less than 24 hours, you already have 88.5% of the votes in the public glare. I mean, when newspapers came out on Sunday morning, you had a list of about 18 local governments, 17 local governments,
basically 18. 17, then much later 18.
Have been in the public.
Yes.
So how do you rate that?
I just want to start by saying that INEC has come of age. When Atairu Jega came up and said that we are bringing revolutionary inputs into the electioneering, well, I believed him, because of his antecedents in the academia and the rest of it. And I think that this current chairman of INEC has also consolidated in a lot of ways. I want to score INEC very high. I don't like to give marks, but I think we need to score them high. The only issue I have with them is that there is one thing to bring technology into play. It's another thing to understand the technology. Even Soludo himself, when he voted on Saturday, he had questions, he had issues. Of course, now, when the results were announced and it was announced, the governor-elect eventually he said, okay, free election, fair election, good and all that, although there were hitches in one or two places and all that. We should not be talking about hitches. I think that the BVAS should have been experimented somewhere else. You don't use a governorship election to experiment technology that you are introducing. That's my own thought. Other analysts or technical people can have their own opinions, but I think that it was too big. Maybe we should have experimented it with JAMB or with WAEC or NECO or something. Maybe we should have experimented BVAS at that level to understand the issues. It worked.
It had 88% success.
You see, 88% success is still very low when you consider the fact that only 250,000 people voted in that election. So you understand what I'm talking about. So when you come to, for instance, presidential election where at least 40 million or 50 million people will vote, so you understand the magnitude of what we might be facing.
I think it can always get better.
Yeah, that's why I said they've come of age, and I'm expecting that they will do more, in the next election. That's we have Osun State election coming next, and then Ekiti election. So I'm expecting that they would have learned from the hitches here and there, the teaching problems, and improved upon the BVAS and all the other technicalities.
Do you have any comment?
Well, I always believe that INEC is one of the, this is between, if you start checking from, say, maybe 2007, it is one public institution that has improved, from time to time. So I'm not so quick to, criticize INEC. There are challenges, they acknowledge those challenges. They're working with a lot of stakeholders. I believe that, like Michael said, they would have learned their lessons, and let's see more improvement in the subsequent elections. The last election in Anambra was such a unique one because they operated under a very tense, because, there was still the IPOB threats, the sit at home, the this, the that. So, within the space of that, I'm just happy that eventually we had an election that did not record any loss of life, and then that's basically remarkable. All the candidates seem to have agreed that the results is the reflection of course, other issues can always be dealt with administratively.
Okay, so we close this here. INEC said that we will carry out an in-depth examination of the system, review reports from accredited observers and the media, and respond to all identified challenges ahead of the next major area council election in the Federal Capital Territory, holding on the 12th of February 2022. So they hope to deploy this technology yet again. So, well, thank you for listening. We'll be back after this timeout again. Stay with us.
Originality, Pariman, it don't enter Naija. Now we own the society, radical.
be the party macho radical. Yeah. Now we be VIP. Best to win, you get the ability. To all my radical.
Look everywhere. Look in different places. So many people winning all over the world. The time has come. The moment we've been fighting for. So many women winning all over the world. So stand up, cause you can be the best, and you can be a leader in any way. You are the spice, you are the seasoning, you got the recipe, you can be whatever you want. Yes, you are the flavor, as beautiful as the rainbow. You got the recipe, you can do whatever you want.
You have the recipe. What will you make?
With Maggie, cook the difference.
I bet you think this is going to be one of those ads where someone says, introducing, to sell some new improved product to you.
But we feel there are more important things in life, like driving carefully on rainy days to avoid splashing water on pedestrians.
Or stopping to help someone change a flat tire.
Because what really matters is being the change.
Lipton Yellow Label Tea. Awaken to what really matters.
lẹ́nìkan bá ń bí mi ohun tí mo máa ṣe tí bá jowó tó tówó gidi mo ronú mílíọ̀nù kan náírà àbí ìyẹn ò tó nǹkan kan rárá bóyá pẹ̀lú bíi 5 tàbí 10 mo lè.
mú àlárẹ̀rẹ̀ rẹ ṣẹ pẹ̀lú ìpolongo airtel recharge and blow níbi tí gbogbo èèyàn ti jẹ́ olúborí ra owó ìpè dójú àmì lọ́sọ̀ọ̀sẹ̀ kó o sì gbádùn ẹ̀bùn owó tó tó 100 mílíọ̀nù náírà ìpolongo yìí ń wá sópin ní oṣù december ọdún 2021 fún àlàyé síwájú sí testa 444*4#.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Hey ladies, don't you just hate it when people with beautiful, even-toned skin refuse to tell you their secrets? They tell you all they do is drink water and mind their business. Those that finally tell you, give you a 50-step routine. I'm not saying those things don't work, but haba. Thankfully, I found the secret to maintaining glowing, even-toned skin. Lux Even Complexion combines active face ingredients with carrot oil and exfoliating beads to give your skin that beautiful glow. Lux Even Complexion for glowing, fragrant skin. Now available in stores near you.
There are so many things you've got to worry about, but there are certain things that shouldn't cross your mind, like being stranded on a weekend because you don't have access to cash. Introducing a convenient, easy-to-use, and safe way for you to do all your financial transactions. Now you can send and receive money, deposit and withdraw, pay for airtime and data, or pay your electricity, water, or cable TV bills with TouchPoint by Total Energies. TouchPoint, your one-stop shop. Just walk into any Total Energies filling station near you to enjoy.
For those wondering why, Schweppes now comes in a new ginger flavor. Experience tells us. The boldest flavors have the most character. Introducing new Schweppes Ginger, a new flavor made with over 200 years of experience.
Make you join the Obunge Yellow Awoof giveaway. They jollificate with extra 500% bonus anytime when you recharge with 100 naira or more on top MTN Better Talk. And if you like everyday Awoof, na star 888#, you go take recharge to enjoy 600% Awoof bonus on top MTN Awoof for you and enjoy 700% extra bonus every time when you recharge 100 naira or more on top MTN Yafu Yafu. So turn up Awoof with the boost brain.
Everywhere you go, MTN.
Golden Mon, your favorite breakfast cereal, is 35 years. Made in Niger, for Niger, by Niger. Now see us from Niger to the world.
Global now.
All thanks to you. So let's celebrate this journey with over 35 million in cash and prizes. Just return 2 empty 900-gram Heritage Edition sachets to your closest redemption center for an instant prize and a chance to be a millionaire. Visit the Golden Morn Nigerian pages on Facebook and Instagram for more details. Golden Morn, make every day amazing.
Anytime you feel cold and cut out, take Procold. Procold now better melody. Take Procold for effective relief from cold and cut out. Everywhere you go, take
no waka miss road. Proco get paracetamol and phenylephrine for effective relief from cold and catarrh within 20 minutes. Now, Orange Drugs Limited distributor. If symptoms never stop after 3 days, make you waka go see your doctor. Proco, now better medicine.
Take Proco. Take Proco. Take Proco.
Splash FM 105.5.
Welcome back. Thank you also, Francis, on Facebook. So watching us live from Amagunze in Enugu State. Good evening from here. Good evening to you wherever you are listening to us. Thank you for being there. Okay, Joy Temitope, thank you also for watching us on Facebook, and we'd like you to drop your comment with us here. 0809 155 1055, 0805 699 8678, and 0706 949 3000. What's your own perspective about this issue of election, the election apathy, electoral apathy in our polity as we speak at this time? So what do you say about it? Particularly if you look at what happened in Anambra State, about 10% of the people who are eligible to vote actually voted. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much. My name is Kwame. I'm calling from Abo.
Welcome.
Thank you so much. Sincerely, you guys have opened us. So you have opened our eyes to some things, and there are raised some research questions that researchers should go into and research about. And that is the reality of the figure of primaries and that of the actual voting. We're looking at Anambra State as a peculiar situation. We cannot really generalize because of the circumstances that revolve around or that surround that particular electoral process. Insecurity, the threat of IPOP, just mainly. All those things are germane and they are important indices that could nosedive voter turnout in that environment. I will give you an instance. When you look at the operational procedure of INEC, they were supposed to go to RAC, they call it RAC, registration area camp or something like that, where they were to go for on Friday. But from the report I read, most of the local governments could not go because of the insecurity, because of security threats. And when you look at all those things, you are reading on some data the other time. What percentage of polling units are opened at social time and social time? The operational challenges faced by INEC ranging from transportation of their men and material. The transporters in Anambra State were not ready to risk their vehicles to be used, and therefore it was difficult for INEC to move their men and material to the polling unit on the day of election. In fact, I knew of a particular local government that the electoral officer had to make a fancy call with the help of the police there to make use of the vehicles of the policemen that were deployed from another state, to use them to deploy men and material. It was as bad as that. Doing that as it may, I think we can, like Tunde Olawuwo said the other time, INEC really tried, but INEC can still improve. The beaver that was used during that election, there is an emerging technology. INEC made us to understand that these beavers was earlier tested at the Isoko, is it not, or Isoko senatorial by-election, and that not that it did not have some challenges, but at least it was tested there, and those challenges that they are perfected in. But from the report I got, for
could you round up your thought, please, because I have to go now.
Okay, thank you very much. But the point is that an Anambra election is peculiar. We cannot actually generalize on the actual, looking at the voter turnout at that point, due to the circumstances at that place. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your valuable contribution. That's it, or that part of the discussion this evening. But I just want us to all know that the disparity between registered voters, those who consider PVCs, in Bayelsa, Kogi, Ondo, Edo, Anambra, are telltales of what is always happening to us in this part of the world. And so we thank you for listening to us. We'll be back at 6 o'clock. We'll do some local politics and then other issues surrounding the polity. Stay with us. Don't go away.
Music station. Splash 105.5 FM. Your integrity station.
Mommy, let's play football. Mommy, help me push my bicycle. Mommy, jump rope. Mommy, here, let's play hide and seek. Mommy, let's have some Twisco. You need it.
It's easy to spot a Twisco kid because they seem to be so active. Introducing new Twisco chocolate drink powder, a unique blend of cocoa, milk, and malt, fortified with Enafort, a special blend of vitamins and minerals that helps give kids the vitality they need for an action-packed day. Twisco, power your dream.
My guy, is this the latest phone?
Yes, now. I bought it last week.
Chai, can I see it?
Sure, but be cool. Handle with care.
No worries.
Yeah, my new phone.
Calm down. That's not a big deal. It's Jumia Black Friday, and this is a big deal.
Get involved in our biggest sale of the year from the 5th to the 30th of November. Enjoy big deals up to 50% off on tech and electronics, fashion, health and beauty, groceries, and many more. Visit the Jumia site or download the app to shop all deals. Jumia. Every day is Black Friday.
Rich flavor, aroma, delicious. Mama's happiness, fresh great flavor.
Onga, Mama's helping hand.
It's game night at the Bensons and everyone's having fun. Then, this.
Hey, son, what's the matter? You too? No way.
Don't let coughs and the common cold ruin your fun time. Tuxil range of uniquely formulated day and night syrups provides effective relief from cough and cold. Product may cause drowsiness. Tuxil, the job gets done when the cough is gone. If symptoms persist after 3 days, consult your doctor.
I bet you think this is going to be one of those ads where someone says, introducing, to sell some new improved product to you.
But we feel there are more important things in life, like driving carefully on rainy days to avoid splashing water on pedestrians.
Or stopping to help someone change a flat tire.
Because what really matters is being the change.
Lipton Yellow Label Tea. Awaken to what really matters.
There are so many things you've got to worry about, but there are certain things that shouldn't cross your mind, like being stranded on a weekend because you don't have access to cash. Introducing a convenient, easy-to-use, and safe way for you to do all your financial transactions. Now you can send and receive money, deposit and withdraw, pay for airtime and data, or pay your electricity, water, or cable TV bills with TouchPoint by Total Energies. TouchPoint, your one-stop shop. Just walk into any Total Energies filling station near you to enjoy.
To all the children of the world, standing tall and trying to grow. You can have it when it's warm, and then sing this song. I love my Indomie, Indomie, Indomie. Yes, I love my Indomie.
Indomie noodles, tasty nutrition, good for you.
Yes, children love Indomie.
Hey you! Are you looking forward to Black Friday? Wait no further. Waka now brings you the Travel Fest. Yes, travel deals at its craziest. From flights, hotels, rides, visas, airport lounges, holiday packages, and everything in between. It's nothing like you've ever seen before. Trust me, these deals will shock you. Visit www.wakanow.com or any of our travel centers nationwide to book. For the scoop on daily deals, follow us on social media. Waka Now Travel Fest is on.
Waka Now. Let's go.
Hey Hey ladies, don't you just hate it when people with beautiful, even-toned skin refuse to tell you their secrets? They tell you all they do is drink water and mind their business. Those that finally tell you, give you a 50-step routine. I'm not saying those things don't work, but haba. Thankfully, I found the secret to maintaining glowing, even-toned skin. Lux Even Complexion combines active face ingredients with carrot oil.
They tanda one place they wait for life. You go sharply waka go meet am. No be how many chance where you get na im matter o. Na wetin you take am do na be the koko. As day dey break dey go, cup after cup, with better smell wey dey tinkolo body. And Omio taste of Nescafe 3-in-1. Your day don't start gidigba be that o. E can still finish gidigba. Nescafe don't land now for sachet for shinkily 70 naira. With Nescafe, everything don't start be that o.
Splash 105.5.
I'll be fast on my career.
Tune in and listen everywhere you go.
Oh, wow.
Bust it! From the top of the Fisher Building.
This is Detroit's number one hit music station. Splash 105.5 FM, your integrity station.
Thank you for being there. So you can still call us if you want to be part of the discussion. 0809 155 1055, 0805 699 8678, and 0706 949 3000. One question that I want the two of you to make comments about is there a way to reduce the level of voter apathy in our elections? So somebody is there. Let's see if we can probably take this one call. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Thank you for joining us. Can you make this quickly? What's the name? Where are you calling from?
I'm SB. I'm calling from Africa.
Welcome, sir.
The voter apathy has always been there before the Anambra State experience. People have lost confidence in the ability of INEC to conduct any meaningful election. If number 4 will become number 1, and this is a decision taken by less than 10 people called Supreme Court. So people will feel that it will be needless wasting their time staying in the sun and suffering themselves. That's one. 2, if the security crisis was anything to go by in the Anambra election. You know, many people traveled out of the state before IPOP called off the sit-at-home order. So those people cannot vote. So the situation is not making it attractive for people to offer themselves that much, only to see that in the final analysis, their vote has not counted.
All right. I have to go for the news now. Thank you, Mr. Abodori. Thank you so much. All right. So let's go for the news. When we come back after the news, we'll further this discussion. But I would like my gentlemen to think about this question of the voter apathy. Is there something we can do about it? We'll quickly discuss that before we move to the next point. Stay with us. Don't go away.
The Integrity Station. Splash
105.5. Quick, charge at 240.
Hot news, cool vibes, sports, and more on the Integrity Station.
Thank you for being there. Welcome to News Highlight at 6 p.m. 14 persons have been arrested in connection with the siege on Justice Mary Odili's apartment in Abuja. Some of the suspects include a fake chief superintendent of police, Lawrence Ajodo, a journalist with one of the national dailies, and an Islamic scholar. The force public relations officer Frank Mba paraded the suspects in Abuja today and explained that their arrest followed a swift investigation by the police. The police spokesman added that at least 10 more persons linked with the incident, including 2 military personnel, are at large. The Minister of Interior, Rauf Aregbesola, says there are over 3,000 inmates still at large following jailbreaks in Nigeria within this last year. Speaking at a media briefing organized by the presidential media team at the State House in Abuja today, Aregbesola further disclosed that 4,369 inmates escaped from various custodial centers from 2020 till date, and out of this, 984 have been recaptured. This leaves the country with about 3,385 inmates who are currently not in custody. According to Aregbesola, biometrics of all inmates in the country have been captured, and it is the hope of the federal government that this exercise will enable the escapees to be tracked with time and rearrested. Operatives of the Kaduna State Police Command said they have foiled an attempt by bandits to kidnap travelers along the Kaduna-Abuja highway. Spokesperson of the command in Kaduna State, Mohammed Jalige, disclosed this in a statement today. According to Jalige, the Commissioner of Police, Mudashiru Abdullahi, while on the tour of duty along the highway, intercepted a large group of marauding bandits on a heinous mission around Al-Heri camp. He added that the commissioner, on sighting the bandits, led his officers and men to chase the bandits into the forests with tactical firepower. And in the foreign scene, Belarus leaders threatened to cut off gas supplies to Europe if sanctions are imposed over an escalating migrant crisis at the country's border. Thousands of people are at the border with Poland, where they are enduring freezing conditions in the hope of crossing into the European Union. Western officials have accused Belarus of provoking the crisis to undermine EU security, an allegation it denies. Meanwhile, the EU is reportedly preparing a package of fresh sanctions. South Africa's last white president, F.W. de Klerk, has died today at the age of 85. De Klerk and South Africa's first black president, Nelson Mandela, shared the Nobel Peace Prize in 1993 for leading the miracle transition from white rule in the country. He died after a battle with cancer, his foundation said in a statement. He's most remembered for his famous speech delivered on February 2, 1990, announcing the lifting of a ban on the African National Congress and other liberation movements. In the same speech, he ordered the release from prison of anti-apartheid icon Mandela after 27 years in jail. Finally, sports news. Aston Villa have announced Steven Gerrard as their new manager to replace the sacked Dean Smith. The former Liverpool captain has left his role as Rangers boss to take the reins at the club, who have lost 5 straight Premier League matches. Gerrard guided Rangers to a first Scottish Premiership title in 10 years last season, finishing the campaign undefeated in the league. This will be his first taste of management in the English top flight. And that ends the 6 p.m. news highlight for today. I'm Oluwaseun Akinola. Good evening. Splash Rendezvous is coming up yet again. Just stay with us.
Quick, Charger 240.
Hot news, cool vibes, sports, and more on the Integrity Station. We educate, that's why we are respected. We inform, that's why we are loved. More music, we are the best. The Integrity Station. Splash, splash.
105.5.
Oga Tony no dey enjoy im house at all. The man wey just enter a new duplex for island and the roof don dey give am wahala. Hey, He can remember him friend Remy. When yarn am about the roofing and ceiling matter, Remy roof still dey gidigba through any kind weather we land. No dey do like Oga Tony o. Choose Top-Right Roofing and Ceiling Sheet wey strong, wey fine well, and wey dey available nationwide. For more tori, visit www.pureChemIndustries.com. Na Top-Right Roofing and Ceiling Sheet wey confirm.
Anytime you feel cold and hot out, take Procold. Procold now better.
Procold get paracetamol. Make you waka go see your doctor. Procold na better medicine.
Take Procold. Take Procold. Procold. Take Procold.
Make you join the Obunge Yellow Awoof giveaway. The jollificate with extra 500% bonus anytime when you recharge with 100 naira or more on top MTN Better Talk. And if you like every day Awoof, na star 888 hash, you go take recharge to enjoy 600% Awoof bonus on top MTN Awoof for you and enjoy 700% extra bonus every time when you recharge 100 naira or more on top MTN Yafu Yafu. So turn up Awoof with a boost brain.
Everywhere you go, MTN.
I bet you think this is going to be one of those ads where someone says, introducing, to sell some new improved product to you.
But we feel there are more important things in life, like driving carefully on rainy days to avoid splashing water on pedestrians.
Or stopping to help someone change a flat tire.
Because what really matters is being the change.
Lipton Yellow Label Tea. Awaken to what really matters.
There are so many things you've got to worry about, but there are certain things that shouldn't cross your mind, like being stranded on a weekend because you don't have access to cash. Introducing a convenient, easy-to-use, and safe way for you to do all your financial transactions. Now you can send and receive money, deposit and withdraw, pay for airtime and data, or pay your electricity, water, or cable TV bills with TouchPoint by Total Energies. TouchPoint, your one-stop shop. Just walk into any Total Energies filling station near you to enjoy.
Hey ladies, don't you just hate it when people with beautiful, even-toned skin refuse to tell you their secrets? They tell you all they do is drink water and mind their business. Those that finally tell you, give you a 50-step routine. I'm not saying those things don't work, but haba. Thankfully, I found the secret to maintaining glowing, even-toned skin. Lux Even Complexion combines active face ingredients with carrot oil and exfoliating beads to give your skin that beautiful glow. Lux Even Complexion for glowing, fragrant.
21. It's Conga Yakata from 11th November to 12th December. Don't miss it. Conga, the e-commerce group you trust.
From the top of the Fisher Building. This is
Detroit's number one hit music station.
Splash 105.5 FM, your integrity station.
Splash FM 105.5.
Thank you for being there. We're back now. You can join us on Facebook Live and be part of it. Tunde Olawuwo has just joined us. So if you are watching us on live, you will have seen him here. Hi, Tunde.
Good evening to you. Good evening to listeners at home. It's good to be here again.
Good to have you. Right. So, I was talking about the scam of the primaries. Let me not tag any political party. The scam of these direct primaries. And I just looking at figures I was sharing with the gentleman today. Lagos APC Guba primary, October 2018. Sanwo-Olu got 907,851 votes. Ambode got 72,901 votes. The total of votes was 1.043 million people voted. But the re-election, come March 2019, APC, Sanwo-Olu got 739,445 votes. And then Jimmy Agbaje, who was the runner-up, got 206,141 votes. What it means is that 304,000, if we say only APC members voted in that election, what it means is that 304,307 APC members who voted at the primary election did not vote for APC during the election proper in Lagos.
Refused to vote or did not vote for APC is one of those two things we will have to...
That's semantics.
I mean, because I don't know. I think you see the politicians they tend to bastardize everything. Sometimes they even try to bastardize logic. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Sometimes there's an attempt to bastardize.
They make a mess of logic.
Logic that you say this is logical, but you say it's supposed to be logical, but it is not logical, and then you begin to doubt yourself, because sometimes you will doubt whether you know what you are saying or you don't with the way these guys behave. I think the parties need to sit up and begin to be honest with each other.
So what are the questions you're going to ask them?
I am going to make a few assumptions. Assumption number one is that, okay, we're going to assume that a lot of people that voted in the primaries didn't have voters' card. If they did not have voters' card, it's a failure of the party to have membership without voters' card.
Thank you.
Okay, that's one side. Now, we will now assume that, okay, some of them were aggrieved members of the party who didn't agree with
304 people.
No, if they did not agree, if they did not agree, could they have gone to vote for the other party?
It didn't reflect.
Or not? It didn't also reflect
maybe
on the other party.
Vote.
Or maybe they just did not vote.
Stay at home.
So, does that not also tell us that the parties are not galvanizing their people together enough to support decisions of the party when primaries have taken place? Or is it just that these primaries are a bunch of cooked up figures?
Who are the party members?
Do they have members? Should APC not come out and tell us?
All of them.
Membership.
Do they have clean copies
of their register?
Paying
members?
Yes. Why is it that it becomes a problem anytime you want to have a Congress?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's always a problem. There's always a problem with it starts with, I don't think the parties know the number of members they have. Now, we should be able to break that down into states
do registration
and local
without knowing your total number?
And at the time they were doing registration, we saw registers that people were writing their names in. Yeah. Where are those registers? No, because we saw photo ops.
We saw photo
ops with those cards. Where are those registers now? And how many names? For example, Ibadan North local government should be able to tell us that, APC Ibadan North, our register shows that we have 10,000 members. Let us know. So if any election takes place in Ibadan North, in the primaries, let's assume there's an apathy even during primaries, and half of them voted during primaries. When it comes to the main election, most likely there will not be that much apathy. The number should even be higher.
Yeah. Exactly. It should be higher because
than those that did primaries.
Non-party members who now
vote. Non-party members vote. So that's why I said politicians bastardize everything. They make a mess of it. They just...
Right. So gentlemen, thank you very much today. Let's now look at this issue. I just wanted to make this comment quickly, 1 minute each. What can we do to make the people of Nigeria, this is just a case study, to make the people of Nigeria see voting as an important part of their civic responsibilities?
Civic responsibility now defines civic education.
Yeah.
So it goes back to our educational system. We need to teach people that they are citizens. Or do we even have citizens in this country? Okay, that's a question for another time. We need to tell them that, you see, being a citizen is not just, saying I'm a Nigerian. It includes doing things that show that you are a citizen, paying taxes, registering for election, registering for election, coming out on election day to vote, and so many other things. That's number one.
So citizen education.
Yeah. Number two, governance. We need to make people feel, not just act as citizens, but feel that those in government, those who are making policies, think about them when they are crafting policies. As it is, there are so many government policies that do not factor in the people when these policies are being crafted. So that's why this morning I was passing, just about 2 days ago, I was passing in front of your office. I discovered that the walkway where people are supposed to walk on the road, you have an electricity pole there. So that means that those who designed, those who drew the drawing of the road when they were going to construct it, did not think that human beings will walk that place.
The idea was to have a walkway. Not
to have light poles and walkway.
Yes.
So it tells you that
the walkway met the pole there.
The pole
drawing. So there are now. So you see, so when people in government are crafting policies, they don't think that.
I'm wondering.
When people are crafting policies, they don't think that human beings are involved.
Okay, so we were looking at the book by Professor Falola earlier today, Myself and Michael, we're looking at the book.
Which one of the books? The Dialogue with My Country?
The current one.
It's latest book.
Okay.
I think, let me just look for the title of the book. It's his latest book. He was just sent to me today, and I was just reading through. I'm just trying to go over it so that I can bring it. Toyin Falola just wrote the book. He called it, it's here. Come on. Understanding Modern Nigeria.
Yeah.
Understanding Modern Nigeria.
Yeah.
And he said that Nigeria has no indices for development. And said, until we make the people the center of governance, that's when we will begin the journey to development.
That's just it. So you see, government policy makers, they just look at your community and say, let's give them borehole. Rather than come to the community and say, what do you want?
Needs analysis, needs assessment.
So we need to make people feel loved. And that's when they can turn up.
When I was coming down, I had somebody that I was riding with me in the car and I was explaining to that person the purpose of government. And I said, the most fundamental and the easiest way to understand governance is to know that the first and the most important duty of government is to regulate passion.
Yeah, absolutely.
The moment government fails at that, everything else has failed.
I think that's also the philosophy of Tunde. Because when I argue with Tunde that, look, people should do the right thing, Tunde will say, look, people will not do the right thing.
Regulate passion. And that's where I'm coming from. You were talking about how do we get people to vote.
Yes.
That's why I said government has to... See, somebody can be passionate about earning without working. Yeah. It can be a passion for somebody.
That might be his desire.
It might be his desire, right? Somebody's desire could be, I should be taking food that does not belong to me.
Yes.
It's allowed. The only problem is that government must regulate that passion. That, the moment you take food that doesn't belong to you, we will put you somewhere where we will attempt to reform you. And if you cannot be reformed, I will give you So we need to... People need to be able to connect with government and connect with governance. People need to be able to understand purpose of things and things of purpose. There are things that are of purpose, and there's a purpose for things. People need to be able to understand that, and that is where government must continuously understand engagement. We must be engaged at all levels, from infancy till people on that deathbed.
Right.
There must be that engagement. In some countries, it's criminalized if you don't vote. Australia, for example, if you don't vote, it's criminal. You have to be. But because you also know, beyond the fact that government is saying, at the end of the day, some people will still be adamant they will not vote, so let's criminalize it.
Yeah.
Government must have put people in a certain position where they understand the importance of governance. There is a lot of people today that don't understand what government even does.
Right. Let me read it. It said, when Nigeria becomes successful, the indicators will be clear to see. Hala said, people will be at the center of politics rather than the masses serving the leadership. The leadership will work for the masses. The poorest members of the society will be able to put food on their tables and meet their basic minimum needs. A system of economic justice will be in place. People's religions and places of birth will not set limits to their ambitions and goals. That's what Farala. Well, what else do you want to say to
the
you?
The question is, where do we start from? We start, for me, I think the most important place to start from is to educate the people.
Okay.
You see, when you, unlike what people think, or what some bad leaders think, educated people are easier to govern than the uneducated ones.
Yep. I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree.
Because you can easily engage,
reason,
with educate. And you see, education is not just a function of books and
degrees,
qualifications and degrees. No, it's a function of making people understand who they are. It starts from letting a person, a child, understand that you're a human being, you're a boy, you're a girl. What are your values? What are the things you want to achieve? If you do something wrong, it has consequences. You see, that's where education starts from. our leaders don't even understand that this is part of their responsibility. As far as they are concerned, it is just about power.
Yeah.
And how you display, that power.
Use it
against the people. For me, all of these things that we talk about, we will not achieve it when people are not in a society where maybe 70% are uneducated. I'm just saying, you will not be able to sanitize even party membership. You will not be able to educate people on how and who to vote for. Because, there was a day we were having a discussion about, I think it was our group, about a lawmaker who is not, very sound, who is not articulate. And somebody said, does that mean he's a bad lawmaker? He's delivering empowerment for his people.
That's what means. That makes him a lawmaker.
But the point is
that the purpose?
Yeah.
The lawmaker.
You're a lawmaker.
He's delivering empowerment.
The constitution
not food sharer.
is worded in English language.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're also expected to perform oversight functions. How are you going to be able to perform oversight function when you are down the ladder?
How do you engage?
In terms of basic understanding.
Comprehension.
You see, and I think a lot of people can check it up online, one of the best oversight engagements I've ever seen was between a lawmaker representing Kwara State, one of the constituents, Razak Atunwa, and I think the chief operating officer of maybe NNPC
is it not NECO?
No, not NECO. It's either NNPC or I'm not very sure. If we can get it, maybe we can even, play before the end of the show. You needed to. I've watched it more than 50 times. You need to see Razak Atunwa, the lawmaker, telling, the head of that agency that, look, I am chairing this meeting. When I ask you questions,
you answer me.
You answer me. Because I am sitting here as a representative of my people, basically Nigerians. Because when they make you the chair of committee on downstream or this and that, you're not just doing that for those who elected you, you're doing that for the country. So even if the governor of CBN is right before you, you should know what you are doing. Yet, we've also seen another instance where the late Chief of Army Staff, the immediate past Chief of Army Staff, Ibrahim Atahiru, was talking to the Committee on Defense, headed by a very popular honorable from Oyo State. He submitted the report and was asking, okay, speak to this report. He said, but it's contained in the executive summary. So speak to it's in the executive summary. Go and check it.
He literally cowed them.
So it means that an uneducated lawmaker cannot be a good lawmaker.
He's a dangerous one at that.
So if that person likes, let him be
sharing biscuits,
bikes every day to people. It would be a bad lawmaker. Speaking of the overall picture.
So in essence, I'm closing this. In essence, education.
Yeah, and more education.
Letting the people know what they're supposed to be doing.
That's the point. That really
they will vote right. They will ask the right questions.
They will take informed decisions on everything. And when we say everything now, emphasis is on everything beyond just the politics.
Okay. Thank you very much, gentlemen. We'll take a break. I'll be back in a moment. Do stay with us.
Proco get paracetamol and phenylephrine for effective relief from cold and catarrh within 20 minutes. Now, Orange Drugs Limited distributor. If symptoms never stop after 3 days, make you waka go see your doctor. Proco, now better medicine.
There are are so many things you've got to worry about, but there are certain things that shouldn't cross your mind, like being stranded on a weekend because you don't have access to cash. Introducing a convenient, easy-to-use, and safe way for you to do all your financial transactions. Now you can send and receive money, deposit and withdraw, pay for airtime and data, or pay your electricity, water, or cable TV bills with TouchPoint by Total Energies. TouchPoint, your one-stop shop. Just walk into any Total Energies filling station near you to enjoy.
Naija Kings, get ready as Bud brings in Premier League's John Terry, La Liga's Roberto Carlos, and MPFL players for an epic face-off on the field in the first ever Game of Kings football match.
In this battle of the greats, you have a chance to manage either John Terry
or Roberto Carlos' team as they play alongside Nigerian players.
Simply grab a Bud, get your participation code under the crown cork, and text code to 7827, or visit our website to apply as manager and for a VIP invite to watch the match live. Terms and conditions apply. Be a king.
Niger, it's on.
It's hot. It's nationwide, online and offline. The biggest sales of the year 2021. It's Konga Yakata from 11th November to 12th December. Don't miss it. Konga, the e-commerce group you trust.
It's another wonderful moment to encounter God's wonder through powerful praises. Nations for the Lord Gospel Church Youth presents Chains of Praise 2021.
Yahweh, Yahweh, I worship you.
This is a 12-hour explosive praise with the theme This Jesus, coming up on 12th November 2021 at Aka Santa Arena, Ilorin, Kwara State, beginning by 6 p.m. prompt, featuring the renowned gospel artists in Nigeria such as Bolare, Bisi Alawiye Aluko, Kemi Rehoboth, Chris Morgan, Testimony Jaga, Bidemi Olaoba, Wuli Agba, Nations for the Lord Gospel Church Youth Choir, and some powerful gospel artists in Kwara State: Bola Discovery, J Mercy, Atobatele, Yetunde Akintibu, Dudu Praise, Shola Voices, Harmony Trumpeter, Onyekosola Honey Drops, Tino Treasure, Stanley Music, Oladosu Twins, and lots more. Come and meet the God of Wonders in a melodious rendition. Come along with your nose mask in conformity with COVID-19 prevention protocol. Chains of Praise 2021. You shall be blessed in Jesus' name.
Hey ladies, don't you just hate it when people with beautiful, even-toned skin refuse to tell you their secrets? They tell you all they do is drink water and mind their business. Those that finally tell you, give you a 50-step routine. I'm not saying those things don't work, but haba. Thankfully, I found the secret to maintaining glowing, even-toned skin. Lux Even Complexion combines.
Make you join the Obunge Yellow Awoof giveaway. The jollificate with extra 500% bonus anytime when you recharge with 100 naira or more on top MTN Better Talk. And if you like everyday Awoof, na star 888 hash, you go take recharge to enjoy 600% Awoof bonus on top MTN Awoof for you, and enjoy 700% extra bonus every time when you recharge 100 naira or more on top MTN Yafu Yafu. So turn up Awoof with the boss to bring.
Everywhere you go, MTN.
ọ̀rẹ́ ọmọbìnrin yẹn lò nǹkan kan.
ṣó o tún ti bẹ̀rẹ̀.
abz làṣírí ibẹ̀ ọṣẹ ìfọyín close up kún fún antibacterial zinc abz bẹ́ẹ̀ ló ń fúnni ní ààbò tó péye ìlọ́po mẹ́ta àti pé a tún fún eyín ẹ̀ ní ìtura ìlọ́po mẹ́ta ó yàtọ̀ sọ́ṣẹ ìfọyín ṣá. gbogbo èèyàn ló máa gbélé yìí o.
láìdé.
ọṣẹ ìfọyín close up ti tún kún fún antibacterial zinc pẹ̀lú ààbò ìlọ́po mẹ́ta àti ìtura tó péye ìlọ́po mẹ́ta.
Good night, Susan.
Good night, sir.
Hi. You need it when? Okay, we'll get it done. Guys, we can't leave. Got to finish the client's order tonight. Tonight?
This time?
How about some top tea to cheer us up?
Tea. Top tea.
Only one bag of Top Seed makes 2 strong cups. So taste to know more flavor, enjoyment, friendship, and upliftment.
Wow, this looks gorgeous.
Taste to know. Top Seed.
This one na for the bold people them, for the people wey get mind, for the people wey be say ginger full for their body, for the people wey stand gidigba to face any new hustle, for the people wey dey rock like say leather no be khaki. This one na for you to come face your own action film. Na invitation for ogbonge something wey be say it fits people wey be radical. Make you dey radical, make you bet on yourself. Visit parimatch.ng, make you sign up today. Parimatch, fired up to win.
Splash FM 105.5.
sir. Can we please stick to what we're here to talk about?
No,
sir, because you cannot ask me questions about the upstream.
If I ask you a question, you do very well to answer. Otherwise, we'll be here for a long time. It's my job
and
to
it's my
ask you
job
the
to answer,
question,
and I'm answering.
Yes, all right. So you answer. Don't be cheeky about it.
I'm not being cheeky.
Don't fluff around with me. You are under my authority. You answer to me, I do not answer to you. Wait, this is the parliament. I was elected to ask you questions. It's not your job to ask me questions or to be cheeky about it. Right, if you don't want to answer the question, you leave that position.
I have answered.
All right, so let's carry on in a very...
Do not shout at me, sir.
Don't you
Do not shout at me.
Who are you?
Calm.
That was a classic Razak Atua there. So that was the video you were referring to?
Yes, and the COO, Chief Operating Officer
NNPC.
of NNPC.
Wow.
That's to tell you that, to put things into perspective, that you had a lawmaker who knew what exactly
that's the reason we have to play this.
And his position.
That's the whole idea.
So thank you, gentlemen. I'm moving on to something else right now. I know that people want to call us, but please, then we will take your call in a moment. But let's quickly deal with some other issues here. Ibadan today, went a bit agog when you have some people come together. So you have Ladoja, Alawakala, federal lawmakers, loyalists, Grace Lam Additional's 9th remembrance. Lam Additional died 11th of November, some 9 years ago, and his son and his family members, politicians across all divides today jettisoned their differences to attend the 9th remembrance for late former governor Lamidi Additional. Lam Additional was governor between 1999 and 2003. He died on the 11th of November 2012 at age 74. At the Fairley House of the late former governor, venue of the event, former governors Rashid Ladoja, Adebayo Alawakala, Alaja Sarat Additional, as well as Lam's deputy, Barrister Yola Ladokun, were in attendance. Others were Senator Teslim Folari, Fatai Buhari, Monsurat Sumonu, Adesoja Akambi, Adebayo Adelabu, Niya Akintola, Musliuddin Akinremi, Bosun Adele, Yunus Akintunde, Shegun Taiwo, former SSG, Alhaji Akinolajide, Honorable Mbwade Kambi, Otumba Rotimi Ajanaku, and so many others. Today you were there.
Yes, I was there, and I learned two major things.
Okay.
One is that the late Alhaji Lamidi Onolapo Additional, even though he's passed on for 9 years now, he's still fondly loved and remembered, and it's a testament to how he governed. Remember, this was a governor who only served one term. He couldn't get a second term. Before then, he was in the House of Reps. But when you talk about Awoism, civism, those are people who embodied those kind of philosophy. So it's still greatly respected. That's why till tomorrow, some people still call themselves Lamists because they believe in his political philosophy, which basically is the same as that of progressive politics. That's the late Awolowo championed: life made more abundant, free and qualitative education, simplicity in governance. I think it's a food for thought to so many people that look, when you are gone, will people still remember you fondly, and you will not have to, buy them to come, because the people who attended were not bought. We're talking about two former governors,
the deputy governor,
former deputy governor, his own deputy governor, so many senators past and present, so many House of Reps members, party chieftains, and so many well-wishers. So that is number one lesson, that he is still, the late Lam Additional still has a place of pride and fondness in a lot of people. The second lesson is that the race for 2023 has begun. I won't lie to you. I saw, I was discussing with my colleague that went there together that, look, with politicians, 2 years is just like tomorrow.
2 years is too close.
The tendencies in APC were fighting to control, depending on what you're aspiring for. For some, up to the national level.
Wow.
The tendencies, were laid bare.
So you could see it.
So it was all over the place. People came to flex muscle.
Wow.
People came to flex muscle, and I think
so we now got to see Ndoka.
Yes, sort of. One character that let me not use the word character. One personality that should be watched out for in terms of his death move will be the senator representing Oyo Central Senatorial District, Senator Teslim Kolawole Folarin.
He's by exponent.
He seems to have a very strong hold.
So you should be watched
on. Yes, is the one to watch out for. From what we have been saying, which also played out today. APC is what you would call an hybrid party.
I told you, I was wondering why you call it a hybrid party right now.
Yeah.
Well, because of the tendencies. Don't forget that.
Sunday, you are using
very strong words.
Parabolic.
Very strong words.
Let's
call it a hybrid party.
Tendencies.
He talked about tendencies.
Yes. Let's look at.
He's speaking those words carefully.
I know the structures that came together to form the party in 2013. You had the ACN.
Yeah.
You had the CPC. You had ANPP. You had the part of APGA. You had where you have
dominance.
Dominance. It is not the same. It is not the same. And with the exit of former governor,
it's all right. I mean that
it has become even.
Things can be slippery around here.
In the studio, it's starting
to get slippery.
I'm living that.
Today is literally sweating here.
I know what it means.
Because I've been doing a lot of calculations.
I know what he saw today. I was on the board there looking what was happening from far away. I saw that there was some kind of frenzy.
Yeah,
coming from that. Yeah, there's some kind of heavy frenzy.
Politicians
coming out from
they
that
look
place.
For any opportunity,
every platform
to make appearance.
Yes, and to send a message.
And so that happened today. I'm just concerned about the kind of people that came together there. I mean, Rashidi Ladoja,
the heavyweights,
even Ladoja,
Christopher Lawa,
Kala, all of them together in one room.
Barrister Yola Oladu.
Yeah.
I mean, it goes to tell you, just like Tunde said, that a lot of calculations going on already, and I want to believe that the 2023 elections in Oyo State will come out in a different color. Really,
it will be interesting.
Very interesting. Full of interest.
It has always been interesting.
There's always been. It has always.
Maybe a notch higher this time around.
I'm not sure I can, remember any time.
It's not been interesting.
I mean, since 1999.
Somebody there. Hello. Good evening.
Good evening once more.
Thank you for joining us. Quickly, 30 seconds, please.
Yeah. I want to provide a solution to both voters and parties. The moment the people in government become honest, people will follow them with little education. Do you know that the most fraudulent person does not want to do business with another fraudulent person?
That's serious. That's very, very serious.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, I mean, that was a clincher. That even a fraudulent person does not want to do business today.
Yes, as much as see, the thing is,
it depends on the nature of business.
Business matters. Sometimes a coalition is required to get the job done.
It's the business about fraud.
Business of fraud. Sometimes you need a coalition.
You need a team
of fraudulent
people.
Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening. Ola is my name. I'm calling from Morita Challenge.
Okay,
I want to quickly talk on what you discussed last. To me, there is nothing that is going to be new in what is going to happen in Oyo State 2023. We know the set of people that are there. So, and we the citizens, we have now wise. So, to me, nobody can even buy anybody or saying something that will now be... Hold
on. I like the assertion now. You said the people are wise now. What do you mean?
Yes, now. No, not... Okay, for example, now, when we see a government that is performing, are we now going to now think of changing that government? The government that is in position now, is performing unless he change the way he's doing. If he don't change that the way he's doing, nothing can even, that come 2023, let all of them come together. Nothing will change.
Thank
that
you
is my
very
own.
much. Thank you so much. Since you have the crystal ball there, thank you very much.
He
All
says
right.
he sees governance.
Okay, so we have to start rounding off the discussion now. So I wanted to make a comment about something I saw on Tuesday. I raised the issue yesterday. The training center for the blind, Bomosho, and Michael sent me a video, about 42 seconds video, where, maybe I should it's not something that is far away. The video that Michael sent to me is something that is heartrending. It's better if you watched it, but let me just play a bit of it. Now listen.
For the blind. Ogbomoso, please, Great Nigeria, we want you to check this food given to us. We blind, this is the food being served for us, so we asked them, is this the food that is supposed to meant for us? And what they said is, yes, that is His Excellency that told them to serve this food for us. Please, Nigerians, people in this Nigeria, please, we want you to help us share this video because they are cheating us.
That's the word. It said they were being cheated. So, 30 seconds, your comment.
Nigeria has not shown, generally, we haven't shown any seriousness about people that have disadvantages. Be it from internally displaced persons, people living with disability, people that are vulnerable. We have never, and I emphasize, shown any seriousness about the fact that we have any inkling of empathy towards such people. We have never done it. We don't make provision for people living with disability to stay anywhere or function in our society. To us, they're just not, as a government, even as a people, there are people that are at our mercy and we should just give handouts to. So we're doing them a favor, whatever it is we do. We don't see them as people.
I saw blind people, I have to use this, climbing stairs.
Yes.
With no railings.
Yes. Let's ask ourselves. Public buildings, do they conform to those codes? How much more private buildings?
We are going to discuss it next week. Quickly, round off.
Well, I think just on a brief note, the measure of a society is best reflected in how it treats
the most
vulnerable in that society. And in that regard, we have been extremely irresponsible. But with this that you have shown us, it takes even a different level of callousness, for somebody to think of defrauding
a vulnerable person.
The blind. I don't know.
If you see the beans,
yes, I saw.
You cannot do this.
You steal that money. You go home at night.
And you sleep.
You take care of your own children.
You send them to school.
Just a statement.
It's just a show of our collective neglect of those who are vulnerable, and I think that all of us should apologize to those people, not just those in government. All of us. There are people who are neighbors and all that who don't even think that they ought to escalate these kind of issues.
Thank you very much, gentlemen, for being on the program today. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Michael Olatunbosun, thank you for coming.
Anytime.
Tunde Olawuwo, many thanks to you.
You're welcome.
And Tunde Olawuwo, I appreciate your coming and contributions.
Thank you.
I'm Oluwaseun Akinola. Good evening.
Splash FM 105.5.
máa retí nǹkan kàǹkà lórí GoTV super package ẹrẹ bẹ́ntẹ̀ rírí tó lówúra lèyí pẹ̀lú GoTV gbádùn àwòrán tó mọ́lẹ̀ rókoṣo pẹ̀lú àwọn ìkànnì tó pọ̀ sí i fún àwọn ọmọdé àlékún àwọn ìkànnì tó ń ṣàfihàn ìgbé ayé ọ̀pọ̀ rẹpẹtẹ àwọn ìkànnì aládùn tó wà fún ìsọ̀tàn àti ìdí tó pọ̀ sí i fún ọ láti nífẹ̀ẹ́ rẹ̀ tó fi mọ́ àwọn ìkànnì mẹ́ta tí wọ́n ti ń fúnni lórí àdídùn ìkànnì ìkànnì mẹ́fà tó jẹ́ tèrè ìdárayá, ìkànnì mẹ́fà tó wà fún eré àgbéléwò pẹ̀lú àwọn ìkànnì 72 míì bíi Kiss, Nickelodeon Junior, Africa Magic Band, WWE, Honey Channel àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ pẹ̀lú 5,500 náírà péré, 5,500 náírà lóṣooṣù.